With the Mazda CX-30's available iActive all-wheel drive, you'll always be ready to seize the moment when inspiration strikes. Make the most of this opportunity during Mazda's season of inspiration. Get 0.9% APR for up to 60 months and no payments for 90 days.
You were invested in DoorDash and Airbnb before they both went public. Since going public, they've lost a bit of momentum. I'm curious how you think these two specific names will do next year.
Yeah, I think these two companies really represent some transformational technologies out there, transformational services out there. So I think they will come back. I mean, there'll be some little bit of volatility. They need to settle in, but underneath them, there is a nice tailwind. People want their services, especially Airbnb. In this market, the market pretty much came to them. This pandemic really helped them in terms of the way they are situated. And in DoorDash, last mile logistics is going to be a big part of our lives going forward, even after this pandemic. So I think they will stay. So I think these two will come. They need to grow into the valuation. Yes, there's going to be some adjustment. We'll see how their first quarter reports come out. But overall, I think they're good companies and they need to really adjust, and which they will. We've seen that with other portfolio companies also.
The first day pop that we saw in Airbnb and DoorDash, wow, I mean, that just generated so much of a conversation around whether, the bankers did price these IPOs right. I'm curious where you stand on that argument, and if there is something to be said about whether SPACs and direct listings will do well next year when clearly companies can do quite well going just the general route of an IPO.
Yeah, this year has been unusual in terms of the broader retail participation, the fear of missing out, the hunt for yield. So everyone's kind of rushing into these companies. So price discovery has been difficult, and that's been an age-old argument with IPOs. It's very difficult to get the price when there's so much volatility. But I think overall, direct listing, especially the new iteration of that, is going to be net additive to the whole process. It's going to bring some efficiency to the exit process. Now companies have 3 avenues to come out. So I think what it's going to do is essentially streamline the IPO process, shorten the time to market, and improve that. So I think net overall, yes, Airbnb and DoorDash were big exceptions. And this market, everything is up more than expected. But I think overall, I think these 3 things will moderate the first day pops as we go forward.
The ability for these venture capital firms to raise a lot of money on the sidelines, new funds coming to market. Do you expect that story to continue next year, or what could go wrong?
No, absolutely. I think at this point, what this pandemic has shown is that there is a deeper penetration of number of transformational technologies and services. So I think you see a number of companies in the private markets, and from our vantage point, we see them coming to market also. There's tremendous demand for them. So you will continue to see IPO activity, robust activity in 2021. Maybe the size of the deals may be smaller. Airbnb and DoorDash were big, but I think the number of deals will still be big, and across the verticals. You're going to see cloud computing, cloud security, logistics, education technology, and digital payments across the verticals. So I think these are like long-term secular trends that you will see, and there are a number of companies playing in that space, and you will see them coming to market next year. So the robust activity 21, we are expecting all that from our vantage point.
One name we are expecting to go public next year is Coinbase, the digital cryptocurrency platform. It has one name we are expecting to go public next year is Coinbase, the digital cryptocurrency platform. It has could legitimize cryptocurrencies, if at all, next year.
Yes, I think it's moving towards that. Let's see. I think Coinbase has become the poster child for the cryptocurrencies and Bitcoins and all that whole space. They are the best of breed in that category. So it makes sense for them to come out at this point. They're just at the right place. So, I mean, you might as well, while there is good momentum and growing recognition, they have people's attention, the mind share and everything going on. So I think they will do well. Let's see where the valuation comes out in the end. But generally, we expect it to be very well received in the market, given the tailwind behind them.